Namaste everyone. Namaste Parvati ji. Namaste. Namaste Surya Narayana ji.
Namaste ji.
Welcome. So we are expecting Dayanand ji as well, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've shared the link.
Sure. So we will start the webinar in about a minute or two. We'll wait for him to join. But before we do that, Parvati ji, if we could just begin with a prayer while we wait for Dayanand ji, and then I can make the introductions.
ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ
Thank you, Parvati ji, and welcome everyone. Namaste. My name is Pragya Vats, and I will be host for this webinar. Today's webinar, we are going to explore our Masters in Sanskrit, MA in Sanskrit program. This program offers immersive study in the Sanskrit language. It is basically, it will transform all the Sanskrit enthusiasts into scholars. And these scholars will be able to engage rigorously with the varied knowledge systems rooted in Hindu thought. And this program, it underscores the importance of Sanskrit learning for the study of source texts. And it provides direct, unmediated access to the literary, spiritual, and scientific text without having to rely on translations. To speak about the varied program structures and what you can find in the program, how this program will be beneficial for all of you who are looking for this immersive study in Sanskrit, we have with us Acharya Surya Narayana ji, and he has been a researcher and educator, and he intends to develop future masters by training people who will take Shastric perspective to the next level. And he believes that this will happen only when we liberate Shastric content, not just as sacred texts, but as manuals to solve problems. His formal education complies a PhD in Tarka Shastra from KSU Bangalore, Nyaya Shiromani in Navya Nyaya from UOM Chennai, and MA Sanskrit from SVU Tirupati. These are just to name a few of his academic accomplishments. He has been involved in a lot of research work and has done some critical editing and commentary on various subjects. And he has also developed something called Shastra Maps. This is a technology to represent any text in Shastric way in collaboration with Vedabhavapi Foundation. He has also worked as a project scholar in comparative law in Indian jurisprudence. This was sponsored by Center for Indic Studies in Law and Justice, New Delhi. And he has worked as assistant professor at MIT SVS and Sri Venkateshwara Veda Pathshala, Hyderabad, as Shastra Adhyapak. He has also worked as content developer in Hindupedia. I'm sure many of you are aware of Hindupedia and the work that it is doing. And also developed many video classes for Vyoma, Pathshala, and Indic Academy in Darkham. He has worked as an online tutor also, and research assistant in CISLJ KKSU Ramtech. And he is currently working as a senior project manager at SKF Chennai, that's Siddhanta Knowledge Foundation, Chennai. He has more than 15 published articles. He has presented papers at various conferences and written journals. He has also been awarded the Tarka Ratnam and Vidwan Mani by H.H. Sri Jayendra Saraswati Swamiji, Senior Head of the Kanchi Math, and Ved Vidya Varishta by BSR Foundation, Hyderabad. These are just a few of the achievements and awards that I have spoken about. And welcome, Surya Narayana ji. And we also have Dayanand Sharma. Acharya Dayanand Sharma is also a teacher, a professor in the MA Sanskrit program. He has studied at the Ved Vigyan Gurukulam, Bangalore, and studied Krishna Yajurved with Shiksha, Vyakarana, Chandas, and Nirukta. He has studied yoga text under Ramchandra Bhatt Kotamane, studied Jyotisha in Sringeri Central Sanskrit University. He holds a PhD from CSU in Jyotisha and has served in Sanskrit Bharati as a full-time worker for 1 year. He has worked as junior research assistant for yoga project in Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram, Mandaveli, Chennai, and has worked as an assistant professor at Lakulish Yoga University, which is in Ahmedabad, India. And he has also worked as an assistant professor at MIT ADT University, Pune, and is currently serving MIT IIKS as assistant professor and also as IKS manager at MIT Vishwashanti Gurukul School, Pandharpur. I welcome both of you. And we also have Srimati Parvati Sriram, the coordinator for Sanskrit and Language Studies at HUA. She is here to field any questions that the audience may have about their way forward with the Sanskrit language if they are beginners and not yet ready for the master's program. So we will begin. Surya Narayana ji, whoever wants to go first, you or Dayanand ji.
नमस्सर्वेभ्यः अत्यन्तम् आनन्ददायकः अयम् अवसरः वर्तते यत् भवन्तः सर्वेपि संस्कृतम् अध्येतुम् एवं संस्कृतम् इति कुञ्चिकां हस्ते स्वीकृत्य शास्त्रभाण्डागारस्य दर्शनं तस्य अनुभवः भवतां इतः परं भविष्यति इति अहम् अत्यन्तम् आनन्देन मोदितः अस्मि. I hope you all understand what I speak because you all have undergone the certification in Sanskrit proficiency. I actually want to continue my talk in Sanskritam, but even though I have some doubt whether there might be some confusion in the layers of your mind somewhere if I continuously speak in Sanskritam. So in between, I will just change the gear to the more known.
Surya Narayana ji, because there will be some people in the audience who are not from our CPSP program and may not have a thorough knowledge of Sanskrit. So it will be good if you can just interject with English in between. Thank you.
So thank you very much, Pragnya ji, for that long, warm welcome. Okay, so we all are in a juncture where for the Indian studies, the buzz is more now. So everywhere, wherever we go, wherever we interact, we are trying to see what came from Indian thought. What did our rishis actually think about this kind of a thing? Okay. So, for example, in the last 2 or 3 years, it became more and more in India. Ministry of Education actually established a separate division called Division of IKS division. IKS is for Indic Knowledge Studies, and it is directly under Ministry of Education in Indian government. So this is the kind of emphasis now we are getting. In the previous eras, like before 2014, it was like you were only listening about what came from India, only from one department, which is called Ministry of Culture. where now and then there used to be some dance programs or music concerts, and it was limited to that. It is not like that now. AICTE is a very prominent institution in India where it is trying to nurture technological education in India. Most of you might have known about that. So now AICTE is also asking what are the technological advancements that happened in our country long ago, in the Vedic times, in the historic times. What was the development happening? What were the structures and methods of Shastras which were used in day-to-day, interactions? Because whenever we visit our temples, like if you go to Brihadishwaralaya, you go to Tirupati, okay, you go to Kalahasti, you go to any temple in the southern part of India, or you go to the eastern part, you go to the Konark, Puri, you have that Lingaraja temple. You have many temples in the eastern part. You have large temples in the central part. You have smaller temples in the northern part, because most of the large ones were destroyed. Even though whenever we visit these ancient monuments, okay, and places, Tirtha Kshetras, something inside rings like, how was our past? How did our ancestors build all these things? What were they doing in these places? What were they actually nurturing? How were they thinking? What was their thinking process? Okay, whenever we are interested in these kinds of things, we try to go back to any of the Sanskrit program, because we all know that Sanskrit is the key which we have to use to actually enter that arena, enter that era. Because if you understand Ramayana firsthand, if you understand Bhagavatam firsthand, if you understand Mahabharata directly, whatever we are seeing in these places suddenly become live. You can actually interact with them, because most of the ideas, most of the processes, most of the methods, frameworks, which were told, elaborated, explained in the Shastras, you can see the resemblances in those places. Okay. So whenever, for example, nowadays also, we tend to see some posts in the social media that if you have this particular kind of a problem, you can do this. You can also do this. You can also do that, X, Y, Z. And some of them are also coming from the Bharatiya Shastras. We ourselves want to validate whether is it really true or not. If that is really true, how to bring that to the technological level? How should I actually bring a product out of it? Because if you bring products which have deep rooted understandings and very great experience, for example, if you go to the Ayurveda talks about how to purify water in many different ways. It talks how you can purify water by using herbs, by using minerals, just like what we are using nowadays, like the purifiers. So these purifiers were actually sustainable purifiers. It is also talking about what kind of a clothing we have to have. It is talking about what kind of mattresses. How should we make our mattresses? We just will be astonished to see these chapters. For example, if you take Arthashastra, it is talking about how should you get more loan from your lender. How should you charm your lender who is giving you money? Because in the time of war, you need to procure as much money as you can to actually feed, maintain, and actually build up the military's thing. So it is talking about that also. It is also talking about how should you cheat your opponent. It is not only talking about dharma, it is also talking about adharma, to deal with adharma. If you are encountering adharma vyavahara. Vyavahara means interactions. When you are in an adharmic interaction, you should understand that it is adharmic. So how will you understand it is adharmic? You should have that worldview of adharma worldview. How a robber, how a thief, how a dominating force will be thinking like. So when you understand that thought process, you will be enabling yourself to prepare for that interaction, for that adharmic interaction. So if you have the key called Sanskritam, it will open up many things. We don't know what is there inside that door until you open it with your own hands. So it is not only your hand, but also your eye, which enables you to actually understand what is there beyond. For example, if you are a management guy, for example, you are a MBA graduate and you are managing an institute in any marketing, business development or any other area, if you are approaching Arthashastra from that purview, it will open up different pages for you, different chapters for you. If I am only a teacher, if I am only an educator, for me, Arthashastra will just seem like a manual for governance, economics, so on and so forth, just military strategy and all. But if I am actually a practitioner, if I am actually a military strategist, for me, the same Arthashastra is different. I will see each and every chapter from my own purview. And I assure you that there are layers of understanding. Each and every one type of person sees a different level of content unraveling from the same grantha. That is the level of intensity, depth, layered inscription, we can say. It is encrypted, we can say sometimes. Okay. So our course, I just also want to tell that the acharyas who are teaching here are very different from the acharyas you get anywhere else. Why? Because we all acharyas come from different gurukulas from India. So what is a gurukula? What is the difference between a gurukula and any normal pathashala? Pathashala is a translation for a school. So what is the objective of a school? The objective of a school is to train people who can work for them, who can work for the policymaker. The policymaker tries to give you a syllabus, and their objective will be to bring out workforce for their own country, their own objectives. And the school rooms, teachers, curriculum, examination, everything is compartmentalized. They have a stipulated boxes kind of an understanding where you go into that box, everyone will be taught in the same way. And you are then again channelized to other box, which is called an examination. Everyone will have the same question paper, and it is very similar. See, a lot of us know how to crack these examinations. So what we all learn is to crack examinations, actually. So outside the school, when you go outside the school, the life is very different. The kind of problems we face, the kind of situations we face are actually very different. We have a very complex life outside school. But the Gurukula is not a compartmentalized school. A Gurukula is a you can say a house where a guru is the leader and his family is also living with him. And this guru has another family which is related to education. So in a Gurukula, there are two paramparas. One is Rudhira parampara and the next one is Jnana parampara. So Rudhiram is blood, lineage, gene, genetic lineage, all these things comes under the Rudhira parampara. So in a Gurukula, you also have Guru, Guru Patni, Guru Putra, Guru Bandhu. You have many other people like them. And you also have the Jnana Parampara, the most important one. Okay, you will have your own seniors, You will have your juniors, you will have your own sahadhyayis, all of them living under same house, in the same roof, under the same roof. All of them handling same kind of functions. Like in a Gurukulam, you will have a puja griha, you will have some backyard, you have some festivals, you have some interactions with the society, everything is there. And the same team will be engaging with in all these activities. So what I want to say is that in a Gurukula, this Guru is having one-to-one interaction with every stakeholder in the Gurukula. And because of this one-to-one interactions, a Guru understands a student at multiple layers. And he is given access just like a father. He is not just limited to just part some information, but it is beyond. The interaction is beyond. Always it is beyond. You have anushtanam, you have social interactions, you have responsibilities, shared responsibilities, and you also have adhyana. Because of all our acharyas come from one or other Gurukula like this, our approach towards education is totally different. It's not just to give away some information, because information is everywhere now. You have large LLMs now. It can be your information giver. We are not information givers, but we are those enablers, activators, which is enabling different layers in you. Okay. So why are we doing this? We feel, all of us feel that there is a momentum. There is something happening. All of us want to do something which is related to our own Bharatiyata. We all have confirmed notions, like we all know that there are a lot of solutions, but they're trapped. They are encrypted. We have to bring them back. We have to encode them. We have to bring them to today's understanding, paraphrase them, use them, and again tell that there was a sustainable living, and there is some lineage still now, and we can again emerge, we can go back, we can take some inspirations from that. So that is the main objective. So if our objective is clear, so how should we bring that back? That is what we all are doing here. All the acharyas are doing that. So I will just show you a small glimpse of the syllabus. I hope some of you have already gone through the syllabus also. So this is something the syllabus page looks like in our website. So in the first semester, you have all these things. So before I even enter into the first semester, I want to say that there are different modes of engagement. If you are a very serious learner, you have a lot of time, then you can opt the 2-year mode option. If you have some lesser time, if you want to have the journey in a leisured manner, then you have the 3-year and 4-year mode also. So in the 2-year mode, you will have only 4 semesters, like, okay, in the 2-year mode, you will have only 4 semesters. In each and every semester, there are some mandatory courses and there are some electives also. So for example, the Vyakarana stream will be mandatory. The Sahitya stream, till half of it will be mandatory. After that, you can choose what you want. See, each one of us have different kind of taste. So according to our taste, according to our destination, according to our interest, we can mix match and prepare our own buffet here. So Vyakarana 1 is a mandatory course, and Vyakarana is taught by a very, very beautiful Acharya, Professor Tilak Rao Mahodaya. So he has a very interesting pedagogy. So I think Parvati ji herself experienced that also. We all know indirectly. So we also have a very good avadhani, ashtavadhani. Ashtavadhanam is a very beautiful prakriya method in which the poetics skills related to poetry is established and expressed. So we have Dr. Surya Hebbar Mahodaya, so who is also from a Gurukula. He teaches the Sahitya stream. So in Vyakarana, in all the 4 semesters, you have Vyakarana. In all the 4 semesters, you have an elective or an option to pursue Sahitya. Then you have the Veda stream. Veda stream also has 4 choices, 4 options in each and every semester. Veda is taught by our senior faculty and our associate director, Professor Dhananjay Rao Mahodaya, who is actually having at least 20 years of experience in teaching in a Gurukula. Okay, so he is a well-learned person in Vedas. Actually, he should also come today. He couldn't make it because he's in Ahmedabad. So he will be teaching the Veda stream mostly. And there is a beautiful course which is called as Vedic Science Foundation, where the structures and methods of Shastras are taught. So these 4 are the mandatory courses you will have in the first semester, and you also have other electives here. Okay. So in the second semester, as I have mentioned, that Vyakarana is mandatory, Sahitya Padya is also mandatory. You will have one another mandatory course, which is a very beautiful introduction to Nyaya and Vaiseshika. I hope you all know that our Shastras are mainly divided into 2 types, the Darshanas and the Vedantas. So in the Darshana stream, you have 6 Astika Darshanas, in which Nyaya and Vaiseshika come under the, you can say that a materialistic Darshana. So which deals with materials. Okay. So in Nyaya and Vaiseshika basic, you will have the introduction to Nyaya Sutras and Vaisheshika Sutras, which is mostly taught by me or my brother. And we both of us are from Gurukula background. I was trained in Tenali and also in Kanchipuram, later on in Chennai. So we had the opportunity to be trained in Tarka Shastra, which is the combination of Nyaya and Vaiseshika, and also Vedanta. Then we have the other electives, like from the Veda stream, you have Rigveda as an elective. You have your yoga acharya in front of you, Dayanand Sharma Mahodaya. He is also from the same Gurukula of Tilakacharya. So you don't need any introduction for yoga. Yoga is a very universal religion now. So everybody knows about yoga, the outer part of yoga. Then you have other options also in the second semester. The third semester, Vyakarana stream will be following. Then another mandatory course is introduced, which is Mimamsa Basic, where you are introduced to the primary understandings of Mimamsa. Then you have other options also. Like in the second semester, you have Nyaya Vaiseshika Basic, which is mandatory. Now it became an elective. In the same way, you have Sahitya Nataka. You also have Jyotisha. Jyotisha is also taught by Dayananda Mahodaya. So he is well trained in both Yajurveda, Yoga, and Jyotisha. And you also have, you will also be introduced to the Ayurveda basic if you are interested in the third semester. So later on, you'll have Vyakarana 4 and other options also available. So if you briefly understand, we also have basic courses and also advanced courses. According to your interest, basic is mostly a mandatory one. If you have the taste to grasp, utilize, understand, then you can take the advanced courses also. So this is the brief introduction. Now I will give space to my friend Dayanand Sharma Mahodaya. Mahodaya, please.
Yes, thank you very much, Surya Narayanji. Don't know what to speak. Actually, everything is spoken by Surya Narayanji. Okay, since I'm a yoga teacher, I would like to give an introduction on yoga because the yoga which is taught in the market. Actually, the is a asana and pranayama only. As we all know, asanas and pranayamas, they are the part of yoga. That is not yoga. So yoga is basically Ashtanga yoga. So we are diving into the textual studies because we can't teach you the practical yoga that which is studied through the teachers in a yoga hall. So वयम् अत्र योगशास्त्रस्य ग्रन्थेषु उक्त मूलयोगस्य अध्ययनं कुर्मः। यथा हठयोगः इति कश्चन विभागः योगस्य। हठयोगः एवं भगवद्गीतायाम् उक्तः जीवनयोगः, एवमेव अष्टाङ्गयोगः इति त्रिधा. Okay, so someone is asking me to speak in English. Okay, let us go further. Let us go with English. So the yoga is basically we are diving into the textual immersion here in the yoga subject with the basic parts of first pada of Yoga Sutra, that is Samadhi Pada, and the first chapter of Hatha Yoga Pradipika, and the first 22 shlokas of Sankhya Karika, because the Sankhya Darshana is the base for to understand the yoga Darshana. Without the Sankhya base, we can't go ahead to understand yoga, because the view of Sankhya is somewhere Prakriti and Purusha concept connects us with our God and the matter theory. So first we will study the Sankhya Karika, then we will get into the Hatha Yoga, Yoga Sutra. Then after that we will just check the what are the things taught in Bhagavad Gita as in a crisp. So what actually the yoga, what kind of yoga taught in Bhagavad Gita? So a great poet from Karnataka, D.V. Gundappa. So he said that the DVG, his famous name is DVG. He said that the Bhagavad Gita is nothing but a Jivana Yoga. He has made a great book, that Jivana Dharma Yoga. So we will check that yoga in a crisp, which is said in Bhagavad Gita. Then we will get into the Hatha Yoga Pradipika. Actually, that Hatha Yoga Pradipika, Asana Vidhi Kathana. So Asana Vidhi Kathana, this explains the how to perform the asanas and what kind of asanas one should perform to get to go ahead into the Raja Yoga. So this is the textual immersion, a pure first-hand yoga we are going to study here with not other not in a modern with a ancient commentaries like Vyasa Bhashya, Rajamartanda of Bhojaraja, and Sadashiva Brahmendra Tika. So these are the first-hand commentaries to understand the Yoga Darshan and also the Sankhya Darshan. To understand the Sankhya Darshan, we go ahead with the Gaudapada Tika on Sankhya Karika. So this is what we are going to study in yoga. Then on so since I'm graduated from Central Sanskrit University on Jyotisha also, so I will be teaching Jyotisha here in MIT IAKS. So in Jyotisha, as we all know, the Jyotisha, the name itself has a big impact in our mind. Jyotisha, sometimes some people say they show hands to us as if you have studied. Actually, that is not actually the Jyotisha. That is a Samudrika Shastra. That is not a Jyotisha. Samudrika Shastra is a part of a Jyotisha. Okay. Some people say, can you read the face? So this is not. So we are diving into the textual studies of um, Jyotisha, such as Surya Siddhanta and Brahajataka, Surya Siddhanta, and Brahat Samhita. Such commentaries written by the Sanskrit scholars, and also we will be understanding here the what is Panchanga, because the what we are following today is that Gregorian calendar. Gregorian calendar is almost as we my guru always used to say, it's the most unscientific calendar it is. So if we understand the Indian calendar, so we definitely hate this Gregorian calendar, but unfortunately we have to follow this. But how our Indian calendar is better than the Gregorian calendar? So to understand this, we understand Panchanga, what actually Panchanga is. Tithirvasara nakshatra yoga karana evacha. What is tithi actually? What is nakshatra? What are only why there are only 27 nakshatras? Why not others? So what is the thing thought behind this to select only 27 nakshatras? And why the Surya Graha? Surya is also called as a Graha. It's a big question. In modern science, we call him planet, we call him star, but here in Indian concept, we call him Graha. How we call Surya as a Graha? What is the etymology behind this Graha? So all the and Panchanga, the third Vasara. What is uh, why after Monday it is coming only Tuesday? It is not Wednesday? So all these things we are going to understand based on the text, not on the logics. Okay, first hand text have the logics, and we are going to understand them with the first hand text which is prescribed in Surya Siddhanta, Brahat Samhita, and Brahajataka. And also somewhere we checked with Jataka Parijata, and also the Parashara Hora Tantra. And also some Hora Shastra. Hora Shastra, we all know the astrology part. So most of us are fooled by the astrologers. Because the astrologers are not at all nowadays the astrologers are not at all are from the traditional background. So we should check their traditional background, then we must approach. So if we do not understand something, if we do not understand what actually Jyotisha is, then definitely we will be fooled. So to understand this, basically we should do at least a Jyotisha basic course. What actually Jyotisha teaches us. Uh, Basically, the Siddhanta means the calculation Ganita. That is spherical trigonometry, mathematics, arithmetics, and geometry. All these things, the basics of that mathematics will be taught in the Jyotisha basic classes, and also some parts of we will be introduced the all kind of Jyotisha parts like Siddhanta, Samhita, Hora. All these three parts partially will be introduced, and based on the interest we will be teaching the subjects in based on the students choice. Students just who attend the class in Jyotisha basic, based on the students choice we will teach the Jyotisha advanced, the texts whatever they want, whether they want to go with the Siddhanta concepts, whether they want to go with the Muhurta concepts, whether they want to go with the Hora concepts, whether they want to go with the Samhita concepts. So we will students will be having the selection here, and also some main part which are very helpable and very for the examination. There is a prescribed subject prescribed topics. So after studying them, we will be studying all these topics. So this is what the basic of advanced courses. So in Jyotisha and in yoga, so I will be teaching these two subjects. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Suryanarayanji and Dayanandji, for a lovely insight into the program. It was lucid and very well explained. So I invite audiences to come up with questions if they have any.
There is a question in the chat. Shariram
Yes.
madhyamam khalu dharma sadhanam. Shariram adyam khalu dharma sadhanam is the actual quotation of the Indian Medical Association. Adyam means first. Shariram, you know, the body. So they are saying that body, what we are perceiving, which is a physical entity, that is the first sadhana or the tool to acquire dharma, to understand dharma, and to acquire to create dharma. Dharma here has many annotations. Here you can take as punya. To accumulate punya, sharira will be the first tool. That is the overall understanding of this mode. Yes.
Thank you so much. There's another question. I mean, this is, what is the prerequisite to pursue MA in Sanskrit? A bachelor's degree and passing the Sanskrit proficiency test. These two are the prerequisites. We will be sending you the information or detailed information through email. Okay. Suryanarayan, maybe you can answer this one. Is there an age restriction? Can a 16-year high schooler proficient in Sanskrit eligible to join?
They're eligible to join the certification course, not the degree course, unless they complete any bachelor's. If they want to continue in the certification course, they can continue if they are passing the SLP test.
Time frame and the class schedule. Time frame, as Suryanarayan said, it's 2-year and 4-year mode. People who want to take the full load, that is 4 courses a semester, they can go in for the 2-year mode, which would be about 15 hours of study every week, including classes, right? And classes for 2-year people will be from Monday through Saturday, all 6 days of the week, 1.5-hour classes. 4-year mode is more suitable for people who want to enjoy their learning journey. They have less time. The classes will be just thrice a week, 1.5 hours, and about 8 to 9 hours a week, including classes. And it will be 1 class, 2 classes, 2 courses per semester, or 1 course a quarter. That's it. What are the topics covered in the duration?
The topics we have dealt in.
You already told, I mean, Suryanarayanji already showed you the entire syllabus. So different courses will be scheduled in different semesters. How many hours of study per week?
It's around 15 for 2-year mode, around 15.
And 9 for 4-year, 8 to 9 hours for 4-year. That's it. We have some.
Pragyaji, would you like to share your contact? Because if there are people who have questions about registration and fees, they can
Yeah, I will share my
call
contact.
and ask specific questions.
Everyone who is here in the webinar, who has registered for the webinar, will receive a recording along with detailed information on the program. We will send you an email. We'll call you, and have any questions, we will definitely answer those. I'll also share our the admissions team number and email ID right away.
The class hours would be, if you're taking the 4-year mode, it would be 3 classes per week of 1.5 hours duration. So the number of hours that were mentioned for study Mahodaya, would that include the class hours as well, or is it self-study?
Yes, including class.
So you're expected to put in twice the time to study on your own as well.
There will be good assignments also to kindle your interest and bring out the best out of you.
There's another question. I'll just take this one. What about scholarships for US residents, financial hardship related? We do have scholarships, partial scholarships for US residents for MA Sanskrit. You will get a link to apply for the scholarship. And we will definitely look into the scholarships.
There's a question about whether the classes are live or recorded. The classes are live, and the interaction has to happen with the faculty. They assess you periodically, and there are in-class presentations, so attendance would kind of be expected. And the class recordings are available as well for taking notes later for studying. That is also available, but that's not the mode of study. The mode of study would be attending live classes.
Rami Shetty Hemanti. Okay, I will just allow you to speak. You can go ahead and unmute yourself. You will be able to. I think Hemanti ji, would you want to ask your question?
So I think for Hemanti.
Good morning, everyone, sir. This is Hemanti Ramashetty. I'm from south part of India. I'm doing my clinical rotations in Chicago. So I'm a 23-year-old girl. So I'm very much interested in Vedas from my school age, but I never had a chance to study anytime because of the busy schedule I had from the school. So now I'm interested so much. Even though I'm in a medical school, I want to invest some time into Vedas. So am I eligible for this master's course?
Yes, I think if you have completed your graduation, and
Actually, I'm going to complete my graduation this year ending, like maybe in September and October, because these are my last core rotations, clinical rotations. So this is the question I want to ask, sir.
So if you want to have this as an academic qualification,
Yes, sir. Definitely, I want to have this as an
then
academic
you have
side.
to wait for 1 more year, and you should also pick up some proficiency in Sanskritam, because the entire course will be in Sanskritam. I think you can invest this time into the Sanskrit language proficiency course.
Sir, and I'm also interested in Sangeetam, Hindustani and Carnatic music. So I want to invest myself in Vedas, Sanskrit and Sangeetam. I want to learn music. Yes, sir. Is there
Music,
any
we are
course?
not,
Is
we,
there
we
any?
don't have any course in music right now from this institution. I think if you have a real urge, you will get the guru. Don't worry.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Because of this interest in Veda, I used to read some Sanskrit books on myself, like starting from the mantras, from Kadgamala
Learning Veda,
Stotram, Dattatreya Mahamantram, like
don't do
Dakshinamurti
that.
Stotram,
Don't do
Vishnu
that.
Sahasranamam, like that. And
You need some guidance. You need some
yes,
guidance. Yeah.
yes, sir.
You can take my email ID.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Yeah.
I will share the email IDs and everything.
Yes, sir.
Contact, all of that.
Yeah.
Pragnaji, kindly give my
Gmail.
Jam.Narayana. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gmail. Thank you.
There is a question about the prerequisite being a BA in Sanskrit. That is not required. You do not have to have a BA in Sanskrit. In any field would do, provided you have a strong foundation in Sanskrit.
Any other question, anything else that you would want to add Parvati ji?
Yeah, the
Regarding
Suryanarayanji
readiness at
mentioned
least.
about 3-year program. So currently we only have the 2 and the 4.
Yeah, I mistook. Yeah.
Uh,
There are
but
2 years and 4 years. Yeah, 2 programs. Yeah.
Oh, it's only 2 and 4 years.
Accredited, yes, it is accredited by UGC. If you are taking from Indian university, we have a collaboration with an university called KKSU, and you will get a actual degree from A+ university.
But this is only for students in India,
MA.
right? Yeah.
No. If they are choosing for MA degree program.
Okay, yeah, if with KKS.
Yeah.
But I mean, we all can have a call. If any one of you are interested in the degree, you will have to let us know, because there is a string of documents that are required, which are compulsory to be provided. So we
It is a
have,
degree.
yeah. So Padma ji has her hand raised. I will just allow you to. Yes, Padma ji, you can unmute yourself.
Namaste. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, how will the exams be, any of them oral, like not written, and how will our speaking proficiency be tested?
So you will have presentations, you will have live interactions with the acharyas. You will also have some assignments where we are trying to understand how you are learning. And there will be general examinations also every semester. Like you will have a 60-40 pattern, 60 for the end semester examination and 40 for the continuous evaluation.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, with respect to the proficiency in speaking, you will need a little bit of proficiency because in-class presentations are expected to happen in Sanskritam. So your presentation to the class will not be in English.
And I think we don't have
details that
any
you would
other
like to
question.
provide. Any other registration details that you would like to provide? How to reach out, what to do? So a little bit.
Yes.
So,
No,
yes,
same thing. I mean, I've
steps.
given in the numbers where we are available. You can email us here, all of you, as I said, you will receive the video recording of this webinar along with all of our email addresses, including Parvati ji, Suryanarayana ji, and Dayanand ji's. So if you have any academic questions, you can reach out to them. For any admission related inquiry, any registration stuff, the admission team is always there to help you out. You will have instructions for the SPT. And for those of you who are not yet ready for the master's program, because it will require some good knowledge of Sanskrit, not even foundational. I was about to say foundational, but no, not foundational. It's an advanced knowledge of Sanskrit that you require to enroll into the MA program. So for beginners here or people who need some more practice, we are also offering a certificate program in Sanskrit, which prepares you for the MA program. So we will also be sending you details for the same.
And for those who want to go a little beyond that, we also have new courses like Chandas.
Exactly.
We have courses like Yaksha Prashna, courses that are not MA level, but a little under that level. So if you want to practice before you go into the MA, those are available as well. Please reach out to Pragyaji if you're interested in those courses as well. It doesn't have to be one or the other because these are happening before the MA courses start. So you can always reach out. These courses will start in April, so it'll be about 3 months if that will be the time that you're waiting to start the MA program. And the first step to enrolling would be to take the Sanskrit proficiency test. So you would go from there. The first step would be to take the proficiency test. And once you have the required score, then you can start the process of enrolling.
If anything else, any closing remarks, if we do not have any questions?
Mahodaya, do you have any closing remarks for this group?
I'm just welcoming. I'm very eager to see you in the class. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I can vouch for this. Same with Parvati ji. This will be our 6th year of working together, Surya Narayana ji. The
Yeah.
6th batch that we'll be taking in.
Yeah, started in
And
2019. Yeah.
yes. So time flies, students graduate, and it's amazing to see that we've not had dropouts from this program who were not satisfied or who did not like. We've only had about 2 to 3 people who had to leave because they had some other commitments in life. So this is one program that, everyone at the university, Parvati ji is taking this so she can don the hat of a student now and give us a testimonial.
I can vouch for how interesting the program is. And it's something, if you do not take it, I would say this is a lifetime opportunity that is missed. So this is not something to miss. This is such a unique program. And as Mahodaya mentioned, the approach itself is so different. You're not expected to memorize any texts. Usually that is what we are used to. Ramaha is where we all started, and we were so scared that this is what we have to do. But the entire MA Sanskritam program does not revolve around memorizing anything, but to understand and to have our own approach towards it. And it is all tailor-made. If you see, it's like for an individual need, it is so well made. So each one to their own means, and we can learn the way we are adapted learning. So I would say I vouch for this program. I thoroughly enjoy all their lectures, and they help and they get down to the level of the students to help us understand whatever. You see, they are proficient in both Sanskritam and English. So if you have any questions, they are able to explain it to us in the manner, on the medium that we understand. And they're able to get down to that, our level, and teach us. I can go on for a whole day saying how amazing the program is, but I do not want to. I would let everyone come into the program and explore it for themselves, and you would not be disappointed.
So thank you so much. Thank you, Surya Narayana ji. Thank you, Udayanand ji. And so can we close? Thank you so much, everyone.
Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Harihi Om, Namaste. Thank you.
Namaste. Namaskar.